Okay, so we again start on silver charts on the daily time frame. What we can see from yesterday is that we are still respecting that daily fair value gap on the daily time frame, which at the moment only lead to that we are still bearish on the daily time frame until we inverse that fair value gap over here. We will be only looking for bearish price action on the bigger picture at the moment. The 4-hour time frame, what we can see over here is that we failed to push higher over here and we started to reject into the downside, and we are kind of closing in here in a tight range which starts from that top over here, which are now 3 equal highs, and those lows over here, which are the 2 equal lows. What we can see from here on is that we don't have a clear structure on the 4-hour time frame, and we cannot say for sure what we are expecting to see from silver to do that day. Exactly. The only thing that is helping me out is that they are correlated pairs with gold, and at the moment gold is showing us more of a bearish momentum. So that is the way I'm going to look for silver for today. And as we was on the daily time frame, we are extremely bearish. So we will be looking for bearish price action for the moment. I am expecting that push to the upside to be a manipulation, taking out some liquidity, and from here on to invert and take those lows over here. So that will be what I'm expecting for today. We'll probably close that big fair value gap here, and we're gonna see if the market wants to invert it and then push the downside, or it wants to push to it and from here on consolidate and make another leg to the upside. So today, especially for silver, we won't be taking any trades at the moment. We'll only be using it as a manipulation for gold, and we will be looking for short positions over there, because at that price action we cannot say for sure that the market will keep pushing to the downside or that will be the reversal point. So we are only going to use it as a manipulation pair and use it as a tactic for gold. What we can see here on the gold chart, the daily time frame yesterday, after the big push to the upside, which tested that fair value gap here on the daily time frame, we've managed to have a very solid push to the downside on the daily time frame, taking out those lows over here and inverting the structure again to a bearish one. So we are again looking for that structure over here on the daily time frame, those equal lows over here with that fair value gap on the daily time frame. I'm expecting to see a bearish push to the downside for today. The 4-hour time frame, what we can see over here, we've made that push to the upside and a very strong rejection to the downside. That 4-hour candle, which at the silver chart made those highs to be taken out, is still not pushing that hard. So from here on, I am expecting a bearish price action, and it will be a very nice sign of the markets if we drop and close below that fair value gap with that candle over here. If not, we'll still be looking for short positions, but it will be a little bit lower probability for the moment. So what we can see on the hourly time frame, and we have that solid push to the upside. We are at the moment testing that order block here on the hourly time frame, and I am expecting a reaction from over here to the downside, so we can invert that fair value gap later into the day and take out Asian session lows as a start for our push to the downside. The other possibility is if we keep that fair value gap here intact and later into the day we test it and make a reaction from it to the upside, then I won't be taking any trades. We'll just monitor the prices and we're gonna see what the market will present to us tomorrow. But if we have a bearish momentum, I will definitely take some shorts and look for what the market might give to me as a chance. So what we are looking at the moment, I'm waiting for a nice push to the downside, taking that swing low over here, or at least a swing low which will form later into that zone over here, making a market structure shift to the downside with a fair value gap, test of the fair value gap, and then a move to the downside. So for the next 3 hours until the New York Open, we will be looking for that scenario over here on gold chart. Euro and its half, what we can see on the Euro chart at the moment. We've actually have a very solid push from yesterday. We inverted that fair value gap here on the daily time frame, which is actually showing first signs of a bullish momentum for the FX pairs, but we're gonna see if that's going to continue or is it going to just be another retrace and another push to the downside. So the daily time frame for the moment looks like it can push to the upside. The 4 hour it's half. What we can see, we've made a failed higher high over here, we've made a lower high, and then a very solid rejection to the downside from over here, which also made a failed lower low over here. So at the moment we are closed over here in a tight range, and we cannot see a clear structure that we can use to take some trades. So what I'm going to wait for is maybe a more clearness from the market itself. I would want to see some kind of a rejection and a consolidation into that zone. Then a manipulation above one on lows with New York Open, and from there on, I would want to see a move to the downside. That will be what I'm going to expect from the market today. If we have a push to the upside, it will be clearly okay, no problem. We just won't take any trades since we are still in a bearish momentum on the daily time frame and we have just the first signs of it reversing. So I will be more patient with that trade. I'm gonna look for maybe more of a short potential today. Uh, pound, pound actually made very nice push to the upside as well. We are again in that fair value gap over here, which is not tested at the moment, which is tested at the moment, and we're gonna see if that is going to be inverted today or not, or if we're gonna make another reaction from it. The 4 hour time frame, what we can see over here is a very solid push to the upside, a retrace into the zone, and now we are actually acting to the upside. So from here on, we can maybe tell that pound wants to push to the upside. Let's actually see if we have some major. No, we don't have a major SMT. I mean, actually, we have one. So from here on, we actually have an SMT we can use for a long push over here on the pound chart. We as well have a structure to do so. So it's interesting if that's not the case for a retrace into the market and then a push to the Asian session highs and even higher. What we can see here on the daily time frame, we are looking more like we want to have a bullish push after that Monday close, as well as the 4 hour time frame is looking very bullish. So I will be actually looking for long positions from here, since we are making an SMT with that swing low over here, which was taken out by euro and pound failed to do so. So we are changing the things actually. We won't be looking for any trades for euro for the rest of the day. We will be looking for that continuation setup here on pound. We've pushed the downside. We've tested that fair value gap here with that order block, and we are at the moment showing some momentum to the upside. So we will be looking for a short long positions from over here, at least to Asia session highs or even here to that swing low, swing high X3. So what will be the position? I'm putting a limit order over here, stop loss 1 to 2 ticks below the SMT low, and the take profit will be exactly at Asia session highs, a little bit above it, like that. So that's the position that I'm actually going to put on, and until we take out the Asia session, we will be waiting for it. If we make a push from here without retracing to the zone, it will be okay. We just won't take the trade. But at the moment, I'm placing a limit order over here, and I'm going to wait for a entry to the upside. That will be it for today, guys. Waiting for those setups that we've pointed.